Morning, folks. It's a beautiful day here on the homestead. It's a little bit chilly. The wind is blowing. I'm trying to get in here behind the cabin, behind the workshop here so the wind doesn't blow as bad. I was waiting for it to warm up. I was doing some computer work inside. I've got to work on this workshop. We need to get another coat of sealer on it. I think I've showed you guys this before. All the paint is peeling, particularly on this southwest corner. As you can see, a lot of the trim has pulled loose from the sides. This was just nailed together with finished nails. The first thing I'm going to do before I try to go to put another coat of sealer on there, I'm going to try to tighten these up. I'm going to run some screws in there, couple places, and try to tighten up this trim. This side is not as bad. Some of it did pull loose, but even some of the overlap warped a little bit. It kind of pulled loose. Not sure why that's so pulled loose. Might have to run a screw in there. That's weird, but it should fall right on a stud. So I'm gonna have to tighten that up, and then reconk everything that's where the conking's dried up. This side's not as bad, but it is in pretty bad shape. So before we go to working on the inside, we got to get this done. We bought all the primer. We actually bought keels. I'm gonna start at the top and come down. We're gonna keels it all, and hopefully we'll be getting some gutters on it here pretty quick and finish up trimming out the metal roof. But I told Miss Polly I was going to get her workshop finished so we could set up our tables in there and get our workspaces, me for my computer, her for her beading, and our leather work, and get this thing wrapped up. It's been long enough sitting here. We're just using it for storage. So need to get in there and get it finished on the inside too. The other thing I'm going to be working on, old Yeller is making some noise in the transmission. I took it to a Jiffy Lube, and they said that the transmission oil, the grease in the transmission was fine, that it was full, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I'm going to drain the transmission oil out of this and put new in it. I bought some the other day, so I'm gonna get that done at the same time. But first, I've got to go feed, get everybody fed, and make sure everything's okay down at the pens. So these two are pretty good fast buddies. They've become really good buddies. They like to play. This is where our water has been sitting, and you can't really tell it. I dug a ditch and it ran out that way. Ever since we built this feeder, we haven't had a problem with as much hay waste, a little bit, and I really didn't mind up here because this is kind of a high spot. The sheep usually lay around in here. Missy's babies are not as big. Chrome over there, we banded him, castrated him we're going to use him for meat. And this is Lily. Lily is the other baby. Rose and Buck are out of Sissy, and they're a lot bigger animals. And of course, remember Sunshine, she's doing really good. The others are doing really good. I really hope it's drying up so where we can get in here and clean some pens. It's been a mess, y'all. Every day it's just wet, and when I do a little bit at a time, trying to, in the midst of everything else that I do, I try to do a little bit of cleaning and a little bit of projects that I don't video because I'm just doing like 5 minutes of it. But it's hard to keep up when it's wet. I mean, one wheelbarrow weighs 500 pounds because everything's so wet. Here's another project that I've been working on. Our Water freezes in the winter. It gets pretty cold here. We've seen 5 below, 10 below. So what I did, my buddy Larry came over with his tractor and backhoe. We dug this hole, and I've got a pole here that I'm setting for my solar. I'm gonna bury this. I'm gonna put a pump in it, and we'll be able to keep our water from freezing up. I just work on a little at a time. It's not something I can sit here and do all day. Sometimes in the evenings I come in, I'll bury a little bit. I've been tamping this pole in to put our solar on. I've got a pump that some of our viewers sent us off of our Amazon wish list. It's going in this tank. I've got a pump and several different things. So I've got to hook up a little solar. I've got a charge controller. I'm gonna set up just a little solar deal here just to pump water. A few other things. Pearl's doing pretty good. I haven't worked with her consistently. I want to do another video on her here pretty soon. Just been handling her, catching her, that sort of thing. The chickens are doing good. Let me take you over here and show you the baby, give you an update on it. So there is the baby and mama. It's grown up quite a bit. I don't know how old it is. I've lost count, but they're doing really good. She's raising it, and it's a good looking baby. Egg production has dropped quite a bit. It's been getting down in the 30s at night. That's one of the reasons that we've got to get that water project done so we have water available. Boo been rolling a cow manure on cows coming through here early this morning. Easy, be easy. Boo, be easy. So Miss Pearl's doing okay. Oh baby, oh baby. She's still a little bit jumpy, especially when she first comes out of the stall. Her feet are looking real good. I've got them all uniform. I do need to trim them again. She's standing up a little bit straight, but overall she's doing really good. She's easy to catch now. Don't have to work at catching her. Just go in there and put the halter on her. I get her out, tie her up as much as I can. Come here. And like I said, with these horses, I handle them a little bit more brisk just to get them over it. If you tiptoe around them, they generally take and get more worried. So I just come in here and rub on them. So the sheep have hay. I'm not going to worry about that. That feeder has really helped us. I'm gonna feed the chickens, and then I usually let these boys run while I'm feeding, and then I'll take and I'll put them up. Duke pretty much stays in there with the sheep all the time, and Boo tends to wander. He likes to take off, so I have to put him up, or he'll just take off. He's a wanderer. So I'm gonna leave her tied up right there for a little while I'm feeding. I like to get her out, catch her, tie her up, handle her. Not every day needs to be a work day with a horse. The more you can just put your hands on them, touch them, let them know you're an okay guy, catch them, is really good for them. So it's really good to have dogs running in under. Duke's not scared of her yet, so he'll run right up and under. She's tried to paw at him a time or two, but he's quick. Anyway, I'm gonna get the chickens fed, and then I'll take and get everything else going this morning. Try to take as much advantage of the day as I can. So it's getting colder. I think I can work on my truck, but I ain't gonna be able to, I don't think I'm gonna be able to conk. I might be able to tighten up the trim a little bit with some screws, do some pre-drilling, run some screws in, but it needs to, the temperature needs to be up at least to 55, and with the wind chill out there, it's just not, the conking is just not gonna do good. I'm gonna try and throw it in the truck when I pull it down to work on it and see if it'll warm up. If I can keep it warm in the truck, then maybe I can do some conking. But I decided I'm gonna have some bacon. I haven't had any breakfast yet. I tend to get started on things and don't eat. So I'm gonna have me a little bite to eat, and then get back out there in this old wind. It's already getting to my voice. So, joys of living on the desert. This wind's blowing stuff around. I'll show you here. The wind is just ripping through here. I don't know if you can see those trees way over there. Wind is just blowing them around. So I'm gonna get out here and brave the wind, drain these fluids, and get some new back in it, and then we'll go work on the cabin. Okay, I've changed the oil in the truck. I've got standard transmission oil. I've got one bottle on there. It takes a gallon. I've got 3 more. What I've got a piece of this hose, and it goes down on this spout, and I prop the bottle up in there. It's really slow come out. You can squeeze it in there, but eventually your hand will get tired. Let me take you under here and show you. Oh, there's the bottle. There's the hose going in the side of the transmission. And if you could see that really close, you could see it is going through there. I poke a hole in the top of the bottle, prop it up in there, and just sit there and let it go by itself. It does take a while, but I don't have to sit here and babysit it. I got the bottle pretty well wedged up in there, and it'll eventually all come out. Got to do that about 3 more times. So right now I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna move Van up by the cabin and see if we can't get some of that trim tightened up. The wind is still blowing really bad, but I'll take you out here. Maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't. I'll show you what I've done. So I went around and tightened up all of the trim and reconked it. You guys remember looking at that earlier? I've reconked all this around that window. I've still got to do that corner. I've been running back and forth. I'm still draining transmission oil, and get back here, it won't be as bad. This one's all sealed up. This one's sealed up. If it warms up this week, we'll have to get it sealed again. You can see this right here. It looks like it's 100 years old. We've got to get it resealed before this winter. You can see this one. You can see where I didn't do it there. Got a couple places and around this window and this corner. So it's coming together. I run screws in all the way around. Hopefully I didn't hit no electrical. We ran the electrical after we put the siding on. On the inside I put nail plates so we wouldn't hit them. I did not do that out here. I tried to be conscious of where the wires were running and didn't put no screws there. So I gotta run back down, check, see how the transmission oil's doing. I've just got it siphoning in while I'm working on this. And it's been we've had some really bad wind gusts, but this is looking really good. I'm really liking how well it tightened up. After we get it all sealed, we got the paint to paint the outside. I believe we're going to keep the trim white, and around the windows and the corners, I think this trim right here will stay the same. Not my area of expertise. That's Miss Polly. Whatever she says is what I'll do. So I'm gonna go back down and check on the truck and get back up here and finish getting the rest of these seams conked. Well, folks, I got the transmission oil in the old yeller. It started up, sounds a lot better. Clutch still is making noise. I got the workshop pretty much caulked. I scraped a lot of it. We're gotta wait for a warm day. It's gotta be at least 55 degrees to paint. We're gonna be sealing it again with a white sealer, and then we will paint it after that. So I'm done for the day. I've fed. I've got to go down here and get supper started. Miss Polly's on her way back, and we'll do it again another day. So remember, be excellent in what is good and be innocent of evil. We'll see you later.